find a lot of talented people and convince them to, you know, work on your channel, and we've been able to do that. We have a great year starting off with Black Sails, which is Michael Bay's first television series, and we shoot it in South Africa. It's pirates. Who doesn't love pirates?
If we were to move, say, from Pirates to Curtis Jackson and 50 Cent, this is somebody who is executive producing and is going to be appearing on a show for Starz. Power is about a New York club owner living a double life. Tell us about 50 Cent and sort of his involvement in this program.
Well, he was in the first meeting. It was an idea of his that he developed with Courtney Kemp Agbo, who is an African-American woman writer. I think she's the first black female writer, I think, to create a show for premium television. They came in with a great idea. We'd always been interested in something in that world, but it's a real kind of universal story in the sense that it's about be careful what you wish for. You know, you kind of create a life for yourself, you get what you think you want, and then all of a sudden you realize it's not what you want, and you try to recreate yourself as something else, and it's not so easy. And the people that you think are the right ones for you could be totally the wrong ones for you. It's a kind of star-crossed love story. It's a lot of action, great suspense, terrific performances. We're shooting it in New York. It looks great, so we're excited about that. And Curtis is involved all the way through, and as you said, he's going to play one of the recurring roles there.
Going further down that road, LeBron James, getting into comedy. You guys are working on a show with him called Survivor's Remorse. Can he be as successful in television production as he is on the basketball court?
Well, you know, he has certainly partnered himself with some pretty impressive people. I mean, Tom Werner, who's one of the most prolific television executives and executive producers of the most successful comedies in the history of television. So he and his partner Maverick, LeBron and Maverick, have a company, and they partnered with Tom and Paul Wachter, and I thought, I'm not really that interested in comedy, but I'd love to sit and meet these guys. Don't really have a big point of view about comedy right now. And then I sat and I listened to the idea, and I thought, all right, we'll do this one. And we developed it, and it's loosely based on their own experience of coming out of, you know, the neighborhood, the projects, and finding success, and then at the same time feeling like you want to give back, having a lot of people who are trying to come along and hitch themselves to your wagon, and yet realizing that your worst nightmare is to find yourself falling back there and knowing that you have to protect your future. So it's a comedy with I think a real sort of conflict that you don't often see.
Is what we know as pilot season, that one time of the year where you throw a bunch of ideas at the board and you see what sticks, is that going away?
You know, I think it's certainly not the most effective way to spend your money. When I first got to Starz, I realized that we had to be able to offer somebody something that they couldn't get somewhere else. So this direct-to-series idea after a script was one way that we could entice people.
In terms of measuring your success, like as all these new originals hit the air, what is the way that you measure that? Is it in the number of people who are subscribing to Starz? What is it ultimately?
Well, I think the first thing, as simple as it sounds, is we need to look at the show and say, yeah, that's what we were trying to make. Because then you feel like you had a successful venture. Then in the premium space, which is different than the ad-supported space, you basically have three constituencies you have to appeal to. One is our distributors, the satellite operators, the cable operators, the telco operators. The other is their subscribers, their customers, who are really the people that subscribe to Starz. And then it's third-party opinion makers like Bloomberg News and things like that.
Despite the fact that most of these shows are going to be available to Starz subscribers as part of the marketing effort, in some cases you'll make an episode available on different platforms. Machinima is a great example of that.
Absolutely. We let sampling occur. We give it to our distributors. We let them put them on their open platforms, one episode, sometimes two episodes, and that's a good way for us to introduce you know, the show to a much broader audience and have them help us market the show, because as a premium channel, we're in 20-some-odd million homes, just like the other premium channels are, and that's a much smaller universe than the 100 million home universe that a lot of other channels have.